Alright guys, in this video I'm going to go over the main tools you can use to start having way better communication. And how good at communication am I talking about? I'm talking about the level that I'm currently at, because I do think I'm a great communicator. I do think my ability to speak, my ability to bring out words, my ability to inspire people with my words, and also just express myself fully and in a real way is pretty fucking good. And I can teach you to do the same. This is how you do it. You start to take action on a daily basis to improve your communication. You have to start viewing your communication the same way you view the idea of learning English, the idea of learning the piano, the idea of going to the gym. It can't be this thing you don't view that way, okay? So understand, you have to put time into this on a daily basis, and over time, you will get a lot better. A lot better. Like, you'll get from wherever you're at to wherever you want to go to. Anywhere, okay? All right. A little bit of a background. I used to be told I mumble. I used to be told that I speak way too fast, that I stutter, that I break eye contact, that I'm not very charismatic, whatever. I've been told all these things. And it's funny because it wasn't me getting bullied, it was the reality. I genuinely used to speak worse than now, like by far. And I came off not very confident of what I was saying, not very certain of what I'm saying. And now people tell me I do not come off like that at all, because I am certain. I guess that is the funny part. It's like I just genuinely am more certain than before, which I'm gonna get into that, but let me go into the actual things that helped me with my communication. Number one is talk to more people, okay? This one is the biggest one. This one alone, like if you did this one and not the other two, you will improve your communication. You're just not going to improve it as quickly as if you did all three. But talking to more human beings every single day. And this is not just talking to your mom and your friends, because this is great. But what that's going to do, it'll only expand you to the level of where your mom and your friends are at. Like literally, that's what it is. So you know how they say you're like the sum of the 5 people you know? 100% true. And that's why you can't depend on your circle to level up. Here's the trick. Understand, you don't have to just interact with your friends and the people you know. You could also interact with strangers on a daily basis. This is a life hack. And this is not just for communication. This is for everything. For knowledge, for happiness, for sense of fulfillment, for sense of connection to the world. Interact with strangers on a daily basis. Trust me, there are cool people out there. A lot of cool people are out here in this world. Do not have a negative attitude as if there aren't cool people out here, because there are. So, what I was going to say is that you want to talk to more strangers on a daily basis, and as many as you can. And now let's talk about how you can do that. Like okay, Sergio, how do we start doing that? Well, let's go to somewhere where there's a lot of people walking around during the daytime. And then what you're gonna do is start to compliment people. This is the first step. I have a lot more videos on this idea, but that's the first step. Over time, you're gonna increase this into conversations. If you like women and you are single, then you would also hit on, quote unquote, hit on women, but I don't like that terminology. It's not hit on women, it's express yourself in the moment if the vibe is right. I have a lot more videos on flirting with girls in public as well. But if you're a single man, you should get used to this as well. That's going to help you with your dating life, obviously. So that's the first thing, which is talking to more strangers. That's going to help with your conversations. It's going to give you a bigger sense of like the world. I think a lot of people, they depend on social media to understand what's going on in the world, to understand current events, current trends. But just speaking to strangers on a daily basis will give you a very good grasp of the world. And even better, not just the world, but it's going to give you a good grasp of your area, which is more relevant to you. You don't even want to have this diluted version of the world in your brain. You want to have the most crystal clear version of your area. That's more relevant to you, genuinely. So with that being said, that's the first step. Now, step number 2 is really interesting, which is we're going to get into the drills we can do at home. So number 1, you're talking to strangers, right? Saying, hey, I like your dog. Hey, I like this about you. Hey, I hope you have a great day. hey, good morning. That's the first step. You do this on a daily basis. Do 5 strangers, 3, go up to 10 at some point. I still do this on a daily basis. I talk to over 10 strangers every single day. It's not even a thing for me as much now. Now it's like this thing that I'm just very used to doing. And I just don't fuck up with this. Like, to me, this is like a staple. I have to do this, just like I have to meditate, just like I have to sleep decently, just like I have to go to the gym. It's very important. Step number 2, we're gonna get into drills that don't have to do with you going out to talk to people, but instead, this might actually make the introverts who are listening to this calm down, is instead of talking to people, these are drills that you can do at your home. What are they? Drill number 1, I talk about it all the time, and I'm okay with talking about it again and again and again because it is life-changing. It's called the Talk Forever drill. The Talk Forever drill is when you are talking endlessly for a certain time period. It could be 5 minutes if you're a beginner. It could be 10. It could be 15. It could be 20. It could be 1 hour if you really want to push yourself. All you do is you grab a timer and you set the timer to 10 minutes or whatever the time is, and then you just talk. You free flow talk, or at least you attempt to free flow talk. So you just start to say what's on your mind as much as you can. You could almost view it like journaling, but you're speaking it out loud. That's step 1. But if you get better at that over time, what's going to eventually happen is that's going to be easy. And instead, a better structure of this is to start topic switching consistently and consciously. So for example, I am currently speaking to an iPhone. I need to get my iPhone repaired at the Apple Store. The Apple Store is at Brickell, which is a place that I've learned how to approach in. Approaching is a fucking amazing skill that's changed my life and made me more confident in myself. That's what I mean. I said something like phone to Apple to Brickell to approach to myself. I went boom, 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 boom. This is called free association. This is an amazing skill, and you should be practicing this on a daily basis. So once you're doing the Talk Forever drill, if that gets too easy, the next step is you free associate. And you do that as long as possible. That's going to change your life. You're going to go from someone who doesn't know what to say to someone who has too much to say. It's literally like, bro, trust me, I could hold a conversation with a fucking wall. Genuinely. I could hold a conversation with the most boring person imaginable. Honestly. And what do you think that does for me with my dating life, with my friends, with my content? It does a lot. That's technique number 2, okay? Technique number 3. So 1 was talking to people, strangers. 2 was Talk Forever drill. 3, can you guess what it is? Talking on camera. Talking on camera / talking to the mirror. These are kind of very similar. The cool thing about the mirror talk is that you could do it and you see yourself in real time. You could kind of critique your nonverbal communication. Are you smiling? Are you twitching? Do you have a weird tick? Is your posture correct? Are your hands moving? Or are you being fucking lazy? That's the best thing about the mirror. But the thing about the camera that is honestly what makes it a lot better is that you're able to view yourself after. And something about not viewing yourself during, just letting yourself free flow and express, and then viewing yourself after from this unbiased position, it gives you, I think you have like a higher sense of awareness of what's going on, if that makes sense. And you're not going to correct yourself real time, but that's not even necessarily the goal. The goal is to start to see where you're fucking up and where you could improve. That's the goal. Now, what I was going to say was once you do the mirror talk and once you do the camera talk, then you have essentially done this step. But the next step, is reading out loud. Reading out loud. I love reading out loud, guys. This has been a very, very fun habit I've been doing. Why? Because I love reading and I love improving my communication. So this is 2 in 1. This is a great habit. All you got to do, bring a book and read out loud. And what you're going to see is at some point you might start to get more expressive. And that's great. Keep that up. Just keep being very expressive when you're reading out loud. As much as you can. Whatever it says, dude. Whether it's like, man, I'm trying to think of, I don't have my book with me. But whatever it says, so like the man grabs this thing, and this thing was in the forest, and the forest was very dark. And it was so dark and so wet that when he was in the, whatever, I'm not reading shit, right? I'm just inventing something. Point is, you want to get as descriptive, you want to get as emotional as possible. You really want to express the words on that paper, right? So whatever word it says. So for example, it could say something like push. You know, when I think of push, I feel like I would say something like push, push. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm literally pushing the word out. And then another word, out, out, out. Literally, because it's out. You know what I mean? Or in, out. This might be quite a hard topic to grasp your head around. Around. You hear my pitch? It's like around. Like, you know what I mean? It's really funny. But point is, you want to read and express every word as best as you can. It's going to help with your expression. It's going to help with your pacing. It's going to help with everything. If you speak too fast, this is the best one because you're going to be able to try your best to slow down when you're reading. So that's reading out loud. That's the mirror talk. That's talking to strangers. And that's the talking to a camera. And the talk forever drill. And that's how you become a better communicator. That's how you do it. That's how you have endless things to say. That's how you become so captivating. That's how you become charming. Okay? Which you should want to do. You'll get more women, you'll get more friends, you'll get anything you want in this life because you can communicate your ideas to the world. We've been doing that since the dawn of time. It's extremely important. All right, everybody, if you like this video, link is in my description to work with me one-on-one. I am a self-development coach. I can help you with your social life, your dating life, your self-development. And that's it, guys. I got to go and live my life. I had fun with this. Have a great day. Peace out.